Let's talk about how to get the most out of therapy. It's a really big investment in your time, your money, and your resources. So, how can you get the most for your money? Let's talk about it. So, the first thing is when you are finding a therapist, make sure you're getting somebody who has a specialty in what you're looking for. If you go to a Psychology Today profile or, Google it, whatever, and you go to somebody's website and they list 25 things that they specialize in, they're probably not a master of anything. So be cautious of that. If in that first session or two, if you're not feeling like this is a good fit for you, then end it and let your therapist know why you're ending it. Before you even end it, though, I would talk to them and say, hey, I'm feeling like I'm not getting something out of this, or we're not talking about the things I think we need to talk about. Give your therapist a chance to right the wrong, because honestly, some days I will approach a client with one type of style and another day I may go another direction. And so give your therapist a chance to be human and make it right. And if it's still not a good fit, then don't be afraid to leave and let your therapist know that too. I do not advise ghosting your therapist. It's just childish and immature. But it is okay to say, I'm going to try to find somebody else. And maybe they'll even have a recommendation for you. I know in my practice, we have like 12 or 15, but there's like a lot of different therapists in the practice. And if one's not working for you, we're like, try another one over here. And nobody takes it personally. That's just part of how you advocate for yourself and get good care. Another way to make sure you get a lot out of therapy is to come with the idea that there should be goals that you want to obtain and be willing and able to express those goals to your therapist. They should be asking, but if they're not, don't be afraid to bring that up, because if you don't know where you're trying to reach, what you're trying to get to, how do you know when you get there? And how do you know when you're done? So there's another important point. The other thing is keep your sessions. If you are canceling, not showing up, or you're supposed to be in there weekly and you're in there, once or twice a month, that can break momentum. And it's not about your therapist just wanting to make more money and is wanting you to come to therapy every week. It's about the fact that this is a process. And I know for me, if I have a client that I'm working with, regularly, and we're building strong momentum, and for some reason, vacation, sickness, or whatever, and we have to spread out, I can kind of start back and be like, whoa, what are we, it's like, it's not fresh in my mind or theirs. And so we kind of like have to restart again. And if you're doing that frequently, you're restarting a lot. That's going to slow things down. It's not good for anybody. The other thing is, especially couples work. There's going to be times in there when probably both of you, but one at a time even, is going to feel really uncomfortable. That's because we call it, being under the spotlight. And so I know that clients come in and they want what they want, and sometimes that's not what they need. And so I try really hard, as I think most therapists do that work for me, to be really honest. And I feel like you're paying for that. You're not paying for me to affirm everything you say or make you feel good about yourself when there's something going on that you need to look at, address, and change. And so sometimes it's hard to hear those things. We all have an ugly side or ugly things in us. And when we go to therapy, sometimes I see clients trying really hard to hide that. They want me to see the person that they want to be. And sometimes we got to get down and dirty to figure out what's going on and to correct and course correct some things. So if you're somebody that has a hard time hearing feedback without getting really angry or defensive, you might want to talk to your therapist about that and start your process with that situation, because you're not there to be comfortable and you're not there to make a friend. Although I adore my clients and like to think that they're having a good time too when it's appropriate, but there's hard work in this as well. So yeah, therapy is an interesting relationship, and people who've never been often don't know what to expect. And hopefully what you'll receive is a place that feels very safe, that is comfortable for you to kind of let your guard down and to talk about things that maybe are really hard, if not impossible, for you to talk to with anyone else. And so that's our job. And it's an important job. I want you to get what you need when you go to therapy with whoever. It's just, you can do some things to set yourself up to have a better chance at good success by knowing some of these just very basic tips. So communicate, be honest. If you don't feel like things are going well, bring it up. Don't be afraid to do that. You're not going to hurt your therapist's feelings. And if you do, then that may not be the right therapist for you. We typically love it when clients set good boundaries, advocate for themselves, and speak the truth, because we know that, wow, that's personal growth. Therapy, get some. We all need it.